Time for another dopamine rush. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Coloniano D and welcome back to my Generation X Olfactory experience. As you can see, I'll be doing an unboxing. This one is one of the latest releases from ROJA PARFUMS. It's Espresso AOUD. All right, so this will be a two-parter. So what I'm going to do is the unboxing, first impression, and I'll wear this for a couple of weeks while the weather is still on the cool side. From what I gathered, this is a coffee gourmand. So more than likely, this is going to be one of those fragrances that you can wear, like Lost in Paris is a gourmand, but it has so much citrus in it that you can actually wear it in the summertime, believe it or not. So this one was just released. It's an Oriental Woody. And let's get with this unboxing here. All right, so this is live. This is a one-time deal here. And let's see what we got. This is sealed pretty good. Oh, brother. All right, so this one might be a one of those. Oh, look at this. Surprise, surprise. Ha. All right, so yeah, we're live, so this is it. We got some spillage here. It comes spilling out. All right, so let's see. Let's start with the samples. We have Amber AOUD and Espresso AOUD. All right, two samples. And as you can see, here's the box, Espresso AOUD. Let's open this bad boy. As you can see, all that nice fluff. That would have looked nice with the Isola Snow. As you can see, that was my last video. All right, so let's get this bad boy open here. Toss that in there. Espresso AOUD. All right. So let's, as you can see, the opening. These new style boxes from ROJA. Very nice. Okay, let's put that there. Just let that stay open there. Beautiful. All right, here's the presentation, the bottle. Espresso AOUD. This one's the 50 ml. There's the cap with the ROJA signature. And of course, the plate in the front has that little plastic coating on it. All right, so here we go. Let's see what the house says. Roasted coffee beans take center stage, blending seamlessly with caramelized nuts to create a creamy, velvety. The depth of the texture and the warmth of AOUD anchor the fragrance, adding richness and sensuality to the composition. Bold, yet refined. Espresso AOUD is an indulgent contrast of strength and smoothness, a surprising gourmand experience with an intense, lasting trail. Very nice. That is from the house. Okay, so here we go. First spray. Ready? Great distribution. Oh. All right. There's that coffee. So they're right about that, that's for sure. All right. There's that coffee. So let's go over the notes. Wow, this one is pretty interesting. You definitely get that ROJA signature AOUD, no doubt. Starts with orange blossom, rose, and violet. And we get the cinnamon, roasted coffee beans, pistachio, caramelized nuts, patchouli, mosses, saffron, coconut, cedarwood, sandalwood, AOUD wood, dry woods, cypriol, tonka bean, vanilla musk, vanilla, milk, benzoin, cashmere, leather, birch, and musks. All right. This is very interesting. Definitely, you definitely get the coffee, the espresso. No doubt. So you have the coffee, the AOUD right off at the top. Little florals, not much. So, slightly dirty. There's a little dirtiness to this. Really nice. So you get that roasted coffee beans. I think I'm smelling some of those, some of that leather and those musks right at the top. I'm going to spray a little more because sometimes it's not that it's not a heavy scent. I just want to empty out the atomizer a little bit. Very nice. Yeah, that coffee right at the top. It's not a heavy coffee. It's there. It's definitely a coffee scent, no doubt. Wow. This one is definitely going to take some time to develop, no doubt. Yeah. A little bit of leather, some dirtiness, some woods. Really nice. This is really nice. Maybe a little of that saffron, giving it that leather kick, because it's not a heavy leather. So that saffron adding a little brightness. Very nice. Yeah, this one, this is not one of those that you could judge right off the bat, that's for sure. This one's going to need to dry down. And you're going to need to wear it. And this is a coffee scent that I could tell you right off the bat, you'll be able to wear it in the warmer weather in the evenings. If you're going to go out to dinner, this is something you can wear. I get those musks. All right. So that's my unboxing of ROJA PARFUMS Espresso AOUD. And this will be a two-parter, like I mentioned in the beginning. It'll be a two-parter. This first part is the unboxing. Second part will be the actual review in the following weeks. Because this is something that you're really going to have to get to know. I'm smelling that dirty espresso and some musks. A little bit of saffron, a little bit of leather. It's not the bright saffron. It's just enough to pull that leather in with the musks and the espresso. The florals are minimal. That orange blossom, the rose, the violet. And I'm just going to leave it at that for now. I'll have a full review. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and so we can get more content. And stay safe, everyone. See you next time. Thanks. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Coloniano D. I hope everyone's well. And welcome back to my Generation X olfactory experience. All right, so you tuned in to the first part of this review, and you saw the unboxing and the first impression. And after about 3 weeks now of wearing Espresso AOUD and getting to know Espresso AOUD, I'm ready to do this review. And immediately when I smell this and I really started to reflect, when I lived in New York, I traveled to Brooklyn from Long Island every morning for about a month to do a project. The site was near a coffee roastery. The smell of roasting coffee beans was abundant and just permeated the air. It was thick. And this is the immediate olfactive memory I get from Espresso AOUD. Roasting coffee beans. Let's go over the presentation. Here's your classic ROJA presentation. There's the placard in the front, ROJA's signature on the collar, and the stones. Beautiful, really nice. And on the bottom, of course, they changed the way they identify these fragrances with that wonderful gold etching on the bottom. My last review of Isola Snow, I had mentioned that it's going to be very difficult for them to dupe these bottles. So let's move on from that. If you want to see that, just tune into the previous video. And let's go over the notes. Top notes, we have orange blossom, rose, violet. Heart, we have cinnamon, roasted coffee beans, pistachio, caramelized nuts, patchouli, mosses, and saffron. Base, we have coconut, cedarwood, sandalwood, oud wood, dry woods, cypriol, tonka bean, vanilla, milk, benzoin, cashmere, leather, birch, and musks. Quite the list of the base notes. Now, the first thing I want to explain is this is not, or don't expect, a sweet coffee house fragrance. This isn't a creamy latte, a cappuccino, or a sugary gourmand coffee scent. The coffee here smells more like freshly roasted espresso coffee beans. Dark, aromatic, slightly bitter, and incredibly rich. Right from the opening, you get that roasted quality. It feels almost like opening a bag of premium roasted espresso beans and getting that deep, oily, roasted aroma rising out of it. It's warm and slightly nutty. You have cinnamon and saffron give the composition a gentle spice that amplifies the warmth of the roasted coffee beans. Now, as it develops, let me spray some on. This is my scent of the day. I want to experience that top again, which is absolutely incredible. Those roasted espresso beans, just absolutely fantastic. All right, so where was I? So at the top, oh yeah. Now, as it develops on your skin, you start to notice some of the florals, the orange blossom and the rose and the violet. They're not loud or overly floral. They're just there, minimum, but they serve an important role in this. They soften the darker elements and give Espresso AOUD a kind of elegant lift so the coffee and woods don't feel too dense or heavy. Now, ROJA uses florals this way more as a refinement than as a focal point in this fragrance. You get the pistachio, the caramelized nuts. They're subtle and add texture. That's where you get that slight nuttiness at the top. Now, the heart is what really defines Espresso AOUD. And the base, for most part, you get the benzoin, the tonka bean, the vanilla, the sandalwood. Now, it's my scent of the day, and this is where I'm at. I sprayed this one about 2 hours ago, and I just did atop as a refresher. You get the cedarwood, the leather, the cypriol, the patchouli, the mosses, and you get that little slight hint of coconut. Now, I'm not stressing coconut, but it's there. It kind of weaves in and out a little bit. Not a coconutty fragrance. You just get that little bit of coconut in there, little tiny hints of it every so often. The fragrance is constantly moving. You get the dry woods. What this creates is a very smooth, balsamic warmth underneath the roasted coffee note. The benzoin and the vanilla in particular give Espresso AOUD a glowing, resinous quality that makes it feel like it's luxurious, like it's a luxurious coffee scent. It's not gourmand where you feel like you're sitting in a coffee shop. It's luxurious. It's really nice, and this is ROJA's creation. Most of his creations, they're luxurious, unless you get into the Soul of Soul, where they're a bit more laid back, and it's really, really nice. Now, one of the most notable aspects of the dry down is the musks. If you're familiar with musk AOUD, you'll immediately recognize that signature ROJA musk profile. It's clean, it's soft, and slightly creamy, and it's a little dirty. There's a little dirtiness in here. Could be from the musks or in the AOUD. The musks in Espresso AOUD are more prominent than the AOUD itself. I want to stress that. So you're getting those musks here. The AOUD wood here is actually quite restrained. It's woody, dry, and supportive rather than loud or animalic. It adds depth and structure, but it doesn't dominate the composition as it says in the name of the fragrance. It's the musks that dominate. The fragrance is really built around roasted coffee, glowing musks, and warm resins. So the floral aspect is minimal, and all that benzoin and vanilla, that comes in at the end, which rounds out the fragrance, the wearing. So musk AOUD and Espresso AOUD. If you own musk AOUD, Espresso AOUD is not redundant. Yes, they share that same beautiful ROJA musk signature, but Espresso AOUD has something very special. That roasted coffee bean accord, which extends throughout. It's incredibly distinctive, and more importantly, it's long lasting. It lasts throughout the whole wearing. You're always going to get that espresso aroma. The roasted coffee note stays present for hours, weaving through the musks, the woods, the resins, all the way into the late dry down. So what you end up with is a fragrance that feels dark, luxurious, and comforting at the same time with the musks. And then you start getting into those base notes, the benzoin, the tonka bean, the vanilla. When you see benzoin, tonka bean, and vanilla, you're not getting a sweet fragrance. This is by far not a sweet gourmand fragrance. You're getting the woods, the musk, and the espresso, roasted coffee beans. It's more like a sophisticated woody, resinous perfume infused with the aroma of freshly roasted coffee beans, espresso beans. For me, that roasted coffee element is what makes Espresso AOUD stand out in the whole ROJA lineup. This is coffee. This is Espresso AOUD. This is espresso. You need this in your fragrance wardrobe. And I'll just mention again, if you have Musk AOUD, you're gonna get that Musk AOUD in Espresso AOUD. You have the coffee, your coffee element. It's not redundant, to me at least. Now the projection is average. I'm a heavy sprayer, so I waft. As is the sillage, it's average. Longevity is all day. The performance of this fragrance is absolutely fantastic. Now, when to wear this, it's more a cooler weather fragrance. It's 75 degrees here, and it feels, and I feel a musky coffee scent suits the cool weather. So, as far as versatility is concerned, I would stick mainly with the cooler weather, cooler spring days. That's where we're in right now. Maybe a summer night, cooler summer night. Depends on what you're in the mood for. This is more a mood fragrance. It's not an absolute, easy grab, casual wear type fragrance. This is a special fragrance, and I am so happy to have this in my fragrance wardrobe. It's more casual need attire. You can wear it to the office, but really it's a personal scent to me, and it's not really mass appealing. So this is one of those special fragrances. It's unisex and it leans masculine. The espresso and the oud, you have the nuttiness. They're subtle. It adds texture. It's not heavy on the florals like I mentioned. So get your nose on Espresso AOUD. It really is. If you're not into coffee fragrances, then you're getting that roasted coffee bean. Try it out, and always test, that's for sure. And that's pretty much my review of Espresso AOUD from ROJA PARFUMS, the latest release here in 2026. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing and the review, and please share your thoughts. Feel free, and please hit that subscribe button and like if you enjoy my content. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I will absolutely see you next time. Thanks.